A country girl arrives at a grand university on a red tricycle, her eyes wide with awe. She hops off carrying a large checkered bag. Her phone rings. She answers with a bright, hopeful smile. Later, she stands on a stage in a school uniform. Giving a passionate speech to a packed auditorium, the audience applauds wildly, including a handsome man in a suit, who watches her with a gentle smile. She receives a large bouquet of flowers and a small card. She reads the note, a shy, happy smile spreading across her face as she looks out at the crowd. In the audience, a rival girl glares, her friends whispering in her ear. The rival's face twists into a smirk of contempt. A hand slaps her hard across the face. 5 years later, the girl jolts awake in bed, terrified, gasping from a nightmare. Flashes of the slap and being harassed haunt her. Her phone rings? She answers, her expression filled with dread. On the other end, a woman in a studio smiles persuasively. The girl clutches her sheets in distress, but finally agrees. Later that night, she pulls up to a fancy building on a small scooter. A guard immediately stops her, waving her away dismissively. As she leaves, a fleet of black luxury cars screeches to a halt. The handsome man from the speech steps out, now a powerful CEO flanked by bodyguards. His friend speaks to him. The CEO's mind flashes back to the girl on stage. Her radiant smile. He turns and sees her, the same girl, now dressed plainly, arguing with the guard. Their eyes meet across the courtyard. The CEO's gaze follows her intently, completely captivated. His friend tries to get his attention, but he just stares after her. Lost in thought, the CEO turns to the guard. His eyes cold, his friend immediately steps forward, berating the guard and telling him to leave. The guard begs for forgiveness. Inside the club, the woman greets the girl warmly, pulling her into a private room. A group of people are fawning over a man in a white suit. The woman pushes the girl in front of him. The girl offers a polite compliment, and the man in white is instantly charmed, a smile of appreciation on his face. The woman, seeing this, smiles in satisfaction. She hands the girl a glass of wine, urging her to make a toast. The girl hesitates, but at the woman's insistence, she downs the glass. She's then forced to drink glass after glass, quickly becoming drunk and slumping over the table. The man in white pats her shoulder, satisfied, and gets up to leave. The others follow him out. The woman stays behind, excitedly telling the girl she succeeded, promising her a large bonus. The girl stumbles to her feet. The woman supports her, suggesting they get rooms upstairs on the company's expense. Soon after, the girl staggers into a room alone, collapsing onto the sofa and falling asleep. Meanwhile, the CEO walks down the hotel hallway, stopping directly in front of the girl's room. The door beeps and unlocks. The sleeping girl stirs, startled by the sound. She sits up, her eyes wide with fear as she stares at the door. The man in white enters, a lecherous smile on his face. The girl shrinks into the corner of the sofa, her eyes wide with fear. He lunges at her, but she screams and pushes him away, pointing to the door and telling him to get out. He ignores her, slowly advancing, trying to tempt her with money. He reaches out to touch her face, but she slaps his hand away in disgust. She tries to run, but he grabs her and tosses her onto the bed. She struggles desperately, grabs a nearby ashtray, and smashes it over his head. He collapses onto the bed in pain, blood streaming down his face. He furiously calls for his men. The girl seizes the opportunity and flees. She hides behind a pillar, trying to call for help on her phone, but the call won't go through. In desperation, she sees the two men closing in. She turns to run again and slams into a warm chest. She looks up in terror and sees the CEO. He looks down at her, his eyes filled with concern. He takes off his coat and gently drapes it over her shoulders. She's trembling. He whispers words of comfort, then pulls her into a tight embrace. Just then, the two men arrive, stopping in their tracks when they see the scene. The CEO looks up, his eyes cold and menacing as he glares at them. The CEO's friend confronts the two men, recognizing them as rivals. He yells at them to get lost. The men flee in terror. The friend smirks at the CEO, but the CEO only has eyes for the girl, gently holding her, whispers her thanks, and starts to leave. But he stops her, asking how she plans to repay him. She eyes him warily, telling him she has a boyfriend. The CEO scoffs, calling her boyfriend incompetent for letting her get into trouble. She insists she can protect herself, but he dismisses her claim. She turns to go, but he asks for her contact info, explaining that his coat is expensive and needs to be dry cleaned and returned. She hesitates, then pulls out her phone. They exchange numbers. She thanks him again and leaves. The friend approaches, curious about what just happened, but the CEO just watches her go, lost in thought. The girl returns to her rundown apartment, finding her boyfriend lounging on the sofa, playing games on his phone amidst a mess. She asks why he didn't answer her calls, but he casually replies that he was busy playing. Just then, the woman calls. The girl steps aside to answer, demanding to know if she gave the man the room key. The woman denies it. When the girl asks if the TV station will help, the woman is evasive. The boyfriend overhears, finally putting down his phone to ask what's wrong. Tears stream down the girl's face as she tells him she wants to quit her job. His expression changes instantly. He asks if she's forgotten what happened before. The girl breaks down completely, overwhelmed by painful memories. The girl remembers 5 years ago, in a university classroom, the rich girl suddenly screamed that her diamond bracelet was missing. Her friends immediately accused the girl of being a thief. The girl denied it, but the rich girl ordered them to search her bag. The girl tried to resist, but they held her down. They pulled out a pair of cloth shoes from her bag, mocking her for being old-fashioned. The girl angrily told them her mother made them by hand, but the rich girl only became more smug, showing off her expensive designer shoes and taunting the girl, saying she could never afford them. As the girl defended herself, another girl suddenly pulled the diamond bracelet from her bag. Everyone was stunned. The girl was speechless. The rich girl strode forward and slapped her hard across the face. Just then, a teacher walked in. He called the girl to his office. She begged him to check the security cameras to prove her innocence, but he just closed the door, a creepy smile on his face. He tried to touch her, and she recoiled in fear. He then threatened her, saying if she didn't comply, he would accuse her of stealing and trying to bribe him. Trapped, she fought back, grabbing the nearest object and hitting him with it. He fell to the ground in pain, screaming threats at her. Later, she was publicly expelled from the university. Standing in the pouring rain, she was scorned by everyone. The rich girl even tore up a manuscript she had written, mocking her dreams as unattainable, and pushed her to the ground. The girl wept helplessly in the rain, utterly broken. The memory fades. Her boyfriend angrily points at her, reminding her that after she was expelled, it was his cousin who gave her a job. She retorts that she's worked tirelessly for the woman for years and has more than repaid any debt. But he doesn't let up bringing up how he was injured by that same teacher while defending her, leaving him with a medical condition that requires expensive surgery. Guilt washes over her, and she silently picks up her phone. Just then, the woman calls again, telling her the security footage is gone. There's no evidence, and she should just drop it. The girl's hope is completely crushed. She hangs up and tells her boyfriend she doesn't owe the woman anything, but she owes him. He says nothing, just watches her. The girl goes to her room and takes out a diary from a drawer. Tucked inside is the card the CEO gave her years ago. Reading the words, tears stream down her face. A moment later, her phone buzzes. It's a message from the CEO, reminding her about his coat. She wipes her tears and calls a dry cleaner to arrange a pickup. The CEO stands by his car, looking up at the light in her window. The girl is getting ready to leave when a dry cleaner delivers the CEO's coat. She takes the bag and messages the CEO, telling him his coat is ready. He replies that he's at a hotel for dinner and tells her to bring it there. The girl arrives at the hotel, where a staff member is waiting to escort her to the CEO. His friends see her and start teasing, asking if she's his girlfriend. Before she can deny it, the CEO smiles and confirms. He takes her hand, asking her to pretend to be his girlfriend to appease his friends. She hesitates, but he playfully asks if her boyfriend is so important that she can't help him out. The CEO gets her into his car, but then notices her boyfriend is following them on his scooter. The driver alerts him to the tail, and the girl recognizes her boyfriend. But the CEO is suddenly intrigued and decides to have some fun. He slams on the brakes, stopping the car abruptly. Her boyfriend is startled and stops. Just then, the CEO pulls the girl into his arms, acting affectionately. Her boyfriend watches from outside, completely stunned. At the villa, he tells her to hang the coat inside for him. As she enters, she's stunned to see shelves filled with journalism books, including a rare, out-of-print edition she's been searching for. Excitedly, she asks to borrow it. The CEO agrees, but on the condition that she answers 3 questions. She takes the book, and he asks why she isn't a host and why she chose such a terrible boyfriend. She's speechless. Suddenly, he steps forward and kisses her. She freezes. The girl pushes the CEO away, flustered, but he just looks at her gently, asking why she smells so good. Startled, she jumps up from the sofa and runs out. The CEO watches her go, a smile playing on his lips. He takes out his phone and sends her an apology message. The girl sees the message, hesitates, then deletes him as a contact. The CEO sees the notification that he's been deleted, but instead of getting angry, he's amused. He calls his friend and asks him to find out where the girl works. His friend quickly replies that she's a junior employee at a local TV station. The CEO immediately orders him to buy the station. Meanwhile, the girl arrives at her office, and her colleagues rush over, telling her the man in white is in trouble and is suing her. The woman feigns sympathy, telling her the man is accusing her of setting him up. The girl clutches her head in anguish, overwhelmed by traumatic flashbacks. Her colleagues call her name, trying to snap her out of it. She comes back to reality, looking at them blankly. The woman seizes the opportunity, suggesting that if she just apologizes to the man, everything will be resolved. The girl's eyes fill with despair. The girl angrily confronts her colleagues, asking why she should apologize to her attacker. But they urge her to be practical, insisting that an apology is the best solution. Unable to accept this, she turns to leave, but the woman stops her, telling her that her boyfriend also agrees she should apologize. The girl doesn't believe her, so the woman calls him on the spot. Over the phone, her boyfriend coldly tells her to face reality and stop being so proud. Hearing this, the girl's heart shatters, completely devastated. Seeing her state, the woman and her colleagues forcibly drag her outside. Meanwhile, at the entrance of the TV station, Employees are eagerly waiting to welcome their new boss. A fleet of luxury cars pulls up, and the CEO and his friends step out. The employees are stunned by the CEO's handsome appearance, but he ignores them. He looks around, but doesn't see the girl anywhere. The woman and their group enter the private room, only to find the CEO calmly sipping tea. Their expressions immediately change, and they respectfully greet him. The CEO simply tells them to sit, then bluntly asks the man in white how he got the injury on his head. The man is too scared to speak. The woman clenches her fists. Realizing the CEO is there because of the girl, the man in white claims he accidentally bumped into a pillar, but the CEO doesn't buy it. He coldly looks at the woman and her two colleagues, asking who wants to tell the truth. They exchange nervous glances, too scared to speak. The CEO tells them that whoever speaks first can leave. Otherwise, all four of them will stay. Just then, several bodyguards enter and surround them. The man in white is terrified, but still tries to lie. The woman, however, immediately shifts the blame, pointing at the man in white and saying it was all his doing. Furious, he accuses her of being the mastermind. They start arguing, each trying to pin the blame on the other. The girl listens from the side, her expression growing darker as she finally understands everything. The woman and the man in white argue, each trying to absolve themselves of blame. The CEO, growing impatient, waves them away. The man in white confirms he's free to go, overjoyed, and he and the others quickly flee. Outside the hotel, they breathe a sigh of relief, thinking they've escaped. Just then, a car pulls up, and the man in white's wife gets out. She glares at him, saying the CEO sent her a recording of him. The man turns pale and denies everything, but she doesn't believe him. She grabs his ear, drags him into the car, and drives off. The woman and her colleagues watch in shock. Just then, the station director calls. He informs them that they're all fired. The woman is stunned, asking why, but the director coldly tells her they've crossed the wrong person and have been blacklisted by the CEO. She hangs up, completely broken. She finally understands the CEO let them go. The CEO's friend walks in, sees the CEO and the girl sitting closely, and gives them a knowing smile. But the CEO coldly tells him to leave, and his friend takes the hint and goes. The CEO moves closer to the girl again, asking why she doesn't fight back against those who bully her. She sighs, saying it's useless, that ordinary people like them can only struggle. But the CEO tells her that if she lacks the power, she should borrow it. He offers to be her stepping stone, to help her become stronger. Just then, the woman calls. As the girl is about to answer, the CEO snatches the phone and answers it himself. He tells the woman that the girl is busy and that she can talk to him instead. Terrified, the woman hangs up immediately. The CEO hands the phone back to the girl, pulls her into his arms again, and asks what she thinks of him as a stepping stone.